All right, welcome everybody to another episode of me just doing some Laravel or brushing up on my skills of Laravel. So, um, I guess in the last thing I did, I was creating different tables. So I had different migration files. I had issues creating the migration files, especially with the users table. I was getting like some weird error. Um, but I did something within, I think, database.php where I made the role format dynamic because I think when you make certain things unique, or you make certain columns have the unique label, it can only take up so many bytes of memory or something like that. So when I made the role format dynamic, it fixed that issue. Not only that, um, all the all the tables that are in the migration files have been successfully migrated. So you see the users posts, jobs, cache, jobs batches, migrations, etc. Let me see here. I maybe should have done that. So it shows all the different files have been recently migrated. And now I wanted to create fake data within the users and posts table. So that's what I was trying to do. I have a post factory, I have a user factory. I was looking at some stuff. And apparently with the user factory, they already had some stuff. Like a fake name. They're using the faker library. I don't know if I was covering that. But now with my post factory, which is just a model that I created recently, I'm going to try to just create like, I don't know, just the title and the body. I do believe like the timestamps automatically get updated regardless. So, you know, yeah, I guess I should create like fake views and votes as well. And I was just looking at, I remember Googling what are the different types of fake uh, methods you can use. So definitely for text or whatever the case may be. Oh, you know what I should have created? I should create a user ID because these posts are going to belong to somebody, right? But I forgot to do that. How do I add update a migration? I can't believe I forgot about this. And I need to make it to have a foreign key that will connect it to the users table. Oof. Now I gotta Google it. So I need the user ID, and it has models too, right? The model is the model. I guess the model is not gonna allow me to do that because the user. Okay. Any case, I guess the first objective right now is to do a refresh on the migrations and make sure to have like a foreign ID to the user table. So let me ask within Google how to create foreign key. Or I'll say it like this. In Laravel, how to create a foreign key in a migration table or migration file. Foreign ID constrained. Key constraint. But how does it know exactly what ID is it going to, or what foreign key is going to connect to? Oh, method two, custom table or column names. If your column name does not follow Laravel's naming convention like author ID, okay, then okay. So it automatically knows. Let me see here. If foreign key is named user ID, Laravel assumes it references the user's table. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So all I got to do is just do a refresh. So I'll just do, what was it? Foreign key, foreign ID. If I can spell user ID and then put constrained. Uh-huh. And now I just need to do a migrate refresh or a migrate refresh, and it should, well, we'll see if it naturally does it. Also, let's get into the local here. Let me grab this real quick. See if I can. I haven't done anything so far in terms of the UI at all because I'm still just getting involved with like database, creating fake data. And once I create fake data, that's when I'm actually going to use the React, go into React and try to learn how to use inertia and Laravel to like retrieve different users and stuff like that. Just play around with the data, and then play around with many of the different like that front end UI called Radix. Is it called Radix? Um, because I originally just used like MUI, or I mainly just use MUI, but Laravel includes Radix UI. It's so annoying because I've been playing around with so many different applications where it was like Next.js, and Next.js uses what type of UI they use? Shad CN? Is it called Shad? I think it's called Shad CN UI. They use that, and I was trying to learn how to do this, but I was more comfortable with MUI. So constantly changing back and forth with different type of UIs is annoying because now you're like, okay, now I got to learn this. But that's a oops, didn't mean to do that. But in any case, okay, so let's do PHP artisan migrate refresh because I don't even have any data inside any of these tables, so it's going to be easy to just naturally just do a refresh. So we're going to do that, or migrate fresh, I'm sorry. Great. And let's reload post to see that user ID is there. And if we look, hopefully, there is a foreign key that's referencing. Oh, it's not. It's not. Oh, wait a second. I actually clicked on the wrong thing. That was the users table. Let me see. User's ID, which is a big hint, and it can't be null, and it has to be unique, and the foreign key is from the web app. Okay, great, fantastic. I don't know if you can be able to see it because it's like it's sort of small in terms of lettering. I don't know what's going to look like in terms of final output, how big it looks like, but in any case, it works. So now we're on to trying to create fake data within the factory. So the factories, from what I've been reading, this is where you define um, what type of fake data you want to have. Then you can define how much you want to generate. So I think in the database seeder, this is where you will call your factories, and that's where we'll see the data. So within the post factory, based on all the different methods, well, okay, first off, let's think about all the methods I have. So I know I have like a title body. Let me see here. I have title body views votes user ID. So I think I'm going to just create like, hmm, maybe I'll create 50 users and 50 posts, and then I'll randomize the amount, the users IDs from 1 to 50. So it'll always be connected to users that exist. So I guess I first have to generate users, and then secondly, then after the users are generated, then I will generate the post. So when it comes to the user ID, it will generate from one. The ID will be generated from 1 to 50, so it'll be assigned to one user, or maybe multiple users, or multiple posts would be for um, one user. So let's first fill out this array by putting title. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but we're just going to duplicate these title body. I call it title body views votes, and then I have the user ID. I do think the timestamps will automatically be updated like once a post is created. So I don't think I need to create just fake, um, unless I wanted the dates to be uh, at different times. Then that's the only reason why I would do that. And then I'll have user ID right here. And now we're going to hit fake. Wait, let me just look into here. See if I had to import fake anywhere. Let's see. So it seems like I don't have to import because this is it's not a facade, but it's I forgot within Laravel. They're not necessarily facades. What are they? Let's see. Facades. There's facades, and then there's helper function. This is a helper function. So it is using the faker library. So all I had to do is faker, which I guess once you uh, call this function, it creates an instance of faker. And then this is when you can utilize many of its functions. So where was I? Um, I will do, I don't know if I want to do words or sentences or text. Grammatically correct string and specify instead of Latin. So this NB is numbers, right? Um, it's punctuated dummy sentence. Number of words. Maybe I should sentence. I'll put like a sentence. I put 6 or something. Put 6. I think it says sentence. Sentences. 6 sentences. Maybe 5 is good. And then I'll do this again for body. And then let's see what we can do with a body. A paragraph. Um, let's do a paragraph and put 4 sentences. Okay, then we get views, and we just need something, just numbers, random digit between 0 and 9. Um, oh, that's interesting. The max is, oh no, the max is not 9,999. Um, we'll do number between, that sounds about right for both of them for views. So we'll do fake again, and it's a number between. I think I do camel case here. Right. And we'll put either 0 to 10,000. Doesn't matter to me. Grab that and paste it. And we will also do this fake number between 1 to 50, right? And now we have our faker data for the posts. But what we need to do first is go to the database seeder and call, So I need to use the app models uh, for not users, but what was I looking for? Posts. I'm sorry. And at first, what we're going to do is we're going to generate 50, and then we're going to do the post factory and generate 50, and just to create. I could have just duplicated this and just changed it to. So let's do this. I think so. All these things have been saved. I think if I do PHP artisan help, I get all the different commands you can use. Oh, PHP artisan list. I'm sorry. And if I go to DB here, I think there's a DB command. DBC will see the base of records. So I just had to do it 2 times. So let's do that and see if we get some errors. PHP artisan DB seed. Seeding database is stopped. Now we just got to execute our SQL commands to see if there is any differences or user information has been filled out. And as we see here, 50 different fake users have been created, which is awesome. So we're going to do DB seed once more, but now we're going to do it for posts. So let's just run that command once again. Hopefully nothing fails. Oh, something fails. Let's see what happens here. Parameter argument one values must be a type array string given. Must be a type array string given. Parameterize. Oh, wait a second. So is this an issue because of the body? Illuminate grammar for body. Interesting. Let's go back to the post factory. Maybe there's several other things I need to do within paragraph here. Array or string of multiple sentences. Okay, I need to put as text. I think I know what it is. I need to put this to be true. I think that's the issue. Let me look at my posts, see if there's anything that happened. No, nothing has happened. So I think that was the issue. Um, do I have paragraphs here or am I using paragraph? I'm gonna put true in the second parameter too. Says seems like it says variable number of words. I'm gonna put this as true as well, and then I'm gonna rerun the DBC to see if it fixes. String data truncated. Data too long for title at row 1. Okay, let's put 2 sentences. Because I think it's only supposed to have a max of 255, and I think, yeah, 255 characters. So we will just put 2 sentences and see what happens. And if that's too much, we'll just put, okay, it ran successfully. Let's execute it. And now you see 50. Ooh, 53. Crazy. You have all the different votes, user ID, created at, updated at. Awesome. So we have fake data. Now the next step is to um, show this data within a React component. So uh, there's two different. What am I thinking about right now? Let me see if I hit Control. Is this the right one I'm supposed to go to? Nothing seems to be happening here. Okay, I think this is actually the right one to go to. It's, so this is the development server that provides hot module replacement for your Laravel application. To access your Laravel, you need to run a local development server. hmm Laravel I've configured is this one, which right. So now that I have the fake data, I'll take this out because I'm going to just look at it within the Chrome. Now I can go to resources, uh, hmm, app.blade, go to JS. I know there's so many components here. Um, and they're using so many different components from Radix. So let me see. Because the major thing here is the app.tx, where it's using inertia and using the different layouts, which has a home layout, and it also has, oh, oh, I think it's time for me to end it. All right, well, we were getting stuff done, at least at this moment. We have populated our tables with data. So now we're going to try to manipulate many of the different layouts or the components to first try to retrieve all the fake data. And once we do that, I guess the next thing is to be able to, once we're able to figure out how to display data, then we need to do simple CRUD applications to, modify, maybe not modify user information or post information. Then after we do that, that's when we need to start creating, having the ability to create users through the login. And then we would need to do like off logins and all this other stuff. And yeah, I'm getting pretty excited. But yeah, that's all we have for today. So I'm in it right here.